Hold on. Let's get that popping. Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. Mic check. I hope I'm able to be heard. Let me see real quick. What's up, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen? Yeah, I think so. Yo, today is the 20th, right? Yeah, August 20th. All right. Countdown. We got how many more minutes? We got like 53 minutes before the 21st. So I guess we're gonna bring in this live stream on the 21st. We're gonna probably end it on the 21st. And we're gonna officially start the next day, which is happy birthday, Umar. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we're gonna kick it off today. We're gonna rock this live stream all the way to August 21st. And then we're going to end this live stream. Well, we ain't going to end this particular live stream, but we're going to end this live stream at the FDMG today. It's a gloomy day tomorrow. I know it is only going to be like 70 some degrees. So it's not going to be that day for me to really give out the water ice the way I want to, the icy. But you know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring the car out and we're going to look for the little kids because I got them a little gift. All those little kids who did their due diligence, for all you YouTubians, for all your Umar Johnson viewers. The saga continues. I'm going to look for those kids who did their Robin Hood. You know what I'm saying? They did their job. They did their community service. You feel me? By destroying the FDMG because you guys wasn't willing to do it. So the little kids did it. So I'm going to look for them and give them a water ice. I got cocoa, mango, cherry. Icy, icy, icy for all those little kitties. You understand, Umar? So we going to your block on your birthday to give out some ice cream and water ice and some mango gelatis. And we're going to cook up some burgers. And the little yellow alien's going to be on your block, Umar. The little yellow alien's going to invade the FDMG. And we're going to punch you in your face. Boop. 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 And it's going to feel like your nose is broke. You're going to think that your nose is broke. You're going to run, but you can't run to mommy about this now. You're going to run. You can't run to daddy about this now. You're just going to look and you're going to say, what am I to do? So the little yellow aliens will invade the FDMG tomorrow. And folks, it's going to be epic. Because on your day, your birthday, on your block, Ifatunde Boulevard, you won't be there. You will not be doing a thing at that school. Just like I said. I told you folks. I said that Umar Johnson will not be opening that school. But you guys probably thought I was playing. Right? Even this guy. We've been calling him out for a long time. He's one of the good guys. He went on his way. He went his own way. He drove his lane and he tried to steer away from the Umar. He wanted to stay away from the Umar Johnson sitcom, the saga. He wanted to stay away from that Umar Johnson saga, folks. But you can't get away from the Umar Johnson saga. And he's doing his videos right now because why Umar Johnson is lit. But you've been there from the beginning. You know the story, Flock. You've been there from the beginning. You gave me you gave me a donation to go get the ID. You said on live, Don, why don't you just do what Umar said? Go get the ID. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the money, I'll send it to you. Okay, send me the money. Thank you. And he sent me the money for ID. And me and T, we went over there. TC, we went over there. He drove me down City Hall and I got the ID. Then we came back and said, yo, your money wasn't wasted, Flock. Here, I got your ID for you, kid. Got your ID, kid. I got your ID. And it was a city ID. It wasn't a state ID. It was a city ID. It was an ID, though. And Umar said, no, it's no good. We on Lock was like, yo, man, just do what Umar's saying. And we did it. All your little green aliens, Umar, your little green aliens were defending you. Your little gray alien, all your little grays was defending you. You still have some greens and grays defending you. But the little yellow aliens, they not defending you. They the defenders for the people. And they already punched you in your face one time, long time ago. And now they're coming back. August 21st. Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware. They will invade Wilmington, Delaware. Umar, are you ready? Where you gonna be on your day, August 21st? Will you be there to do a live stream and let the people know that you were standing strong? Or are you gonna be at Nat Turner Land looking goofy on your birthday? Can you imagine Umar standing there at Nat Turner Land? This is gonna be epic. Whoever's at Nat Turner Land, please email me. I know my platform is a small platform, but please email me. It's not about the small platform. It's about the individual. I need that email. What's the email? ICDON502@gmail.com. Anyone who's going to Nat Turner Land, I got to put that little short out there. Anyone who's going to Nat Turner Land, I want some footage. We need some footage of you at Nat Turner Land and get some real good footage of Umar Johnson. Not just footage of Umar Johnson, but we need to hear the exclusive, because this is going to be the exclusive of what he's going to prepare to do August 25th. You understand? August 25th is very important. That's the day that he will be getting those official locks on the door if he don't come up with that bread. So we would like to hear and see what's going on at Nat Turner Land, because it's so important for him to get down there. Now, that was already on his schedule for August 21st. Nothing was on the schedule for the school. You understand? So he already had the schedule. So he was going out there with intentions of doing whatever else he was going out there to do. Talk, have sex, have an orgy, have a seance. I don't know. Raise some dead. Talk to the ancestors, do libation and all the other craziness. But I guess that's totally important, because it was already on the schedule, before everything. That was on his schedule. That was on his schedule months ago, before the count got cut off. So that was very important for him to get there. Now that his counts are cut, now his bank accounts are frozen, the buildings is about to be auctioned. What is this man's motivational, spiritual conversation to these people on that land that's going to be uplifting? It's going to be more of like a funeral out at the Nat Turner Land on tomorrow. I mean, I'm not tomorrow, but Friday. What should I say that? Tomorrow, yeah, he's going to be in Nat Turner Land tomorrow. My bad, yeah, tomorrow. I'm thinking the 21st is Friday. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be a funeral tomorrow at the Nat Turner Land tomorrow. How do I know? Because all those people are going to be looking at Umar like, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? Your cash app is down. Your bank accounts are frozen. What are you going to do, Umar? And Umar's going to look at them with the big, sad puppy eyes. And he's going to say, Roo! Roo! That's what Umar going to tell those people in Nat Turner Land. Roo! He don't know what to do. He don't know what's going on. He don't have a clue. And he needs more donations. He's gonna hit the PayPal, hit the Venmo, hit Apple Pay, because we will not let this white man take us down. That's what he's gonna say. He's gonna try to be that type of motivational, and the people gonna look at them like, what? Give you what for what? So we're gonna give you this money for the taxes. And so what's the update outside the taxes with the school? That's a bad investment. $40,000. So yes, these little yellow aliens will be invading the FDMG because Umar must get punched in the face. A lot of people don't know the story about the little yellow aliens, right? Well, yeah, I was sitting there watching. It was 3,000 people watching the live stream as Lene was talking about, you know, whatever situation with Umar's pops. You know what I'm saying? While Lene was talking about Umar's background with his father in the city in North Carolina and Virginia and Mississippi and whatever. They was just going to background, so he can, so this guy can bring a bridge. He can bring a bridge and fill in the gaps of Umar's character. My nigga, you've been doing that for 5, 10, 15 years. You talked about this man's character. You talked about this man's character. You talked about this man's character for a long time. But right now, what we're not talking about is how we're going to completely shut it down. That's why I'm going to the FDMG to have a protest. And I got this man's face on screen because I was told that he streamed a little bit, and he did a little video, and he mentioned me in the video. And shout out to you for mentioning me in the video. But we asked you and we called you and all your other people to have a discussion on this side. So the floor is definitely open. The live is open to you, and we can still have this open discussion about the situation that you are sitting here talking about. I'm going to play this video in maybe like another 3 minutes, another 2 minutes or so. I'm going to give 15 minutes of the opening statement of of the alien invasion. You know what I'm saying? The yellow alien invasion. See, this the Don Umar lawsuit update, that now we have to have a protest at the FDMG. Same way Umar says that he has to have a protest because the FDMG bank account is being frozen. He need to protest on Wilmington, the city of Wilmington. I'm saying my bank accounts never received the funds that was supposed to receive for my lawsuit, and I must stage a protest, just like King Randall should stage a protest, just like the thousands of other the thousands of other donors who donate to this cause, who's upset, who's no longer supporting, who switched over and is now part of the Cookie Crush chat. You know what I'm saying? All you folks should be standing with me with this protest, whether it's online or in the presence. But on this day, it should be hundreds of people in front of that school. Let Wilmington know that this man should not be around children, that this man should not be around these single mothers, that this man is a predator. Everything that y'all talk about on these YouTube streets should be on that E52 block. But most people are just here for entertainment because they don't have a real lawsuit. They're here for entertainment because they don't have no real ties. Most people are just here for entertainment because they like the ha ha he he ho ho's. But you still should be out there on the protest because you know that this man should not be around these single women. This man should not be around these boys. This man should not be managing that building. This man should not have those buildings. If you believe that, then you should be standing at this protest. Not just for the ha ha he he ho ho's, but because you believe that this man is a predator. You was convinced that this man was a predator years ago. You was convinced that this man has no credentials to be around these young boys. If you were one of those people who's convinced about that, you should be at this protest. whether it's online or in the flesh. If there's no one else organizing something that you know should be taking place, and then I'm organizing it, and I have a lawsuit, I have a real reason for a real protest, join and support. It's not just about the views to be talking about his background, his love and his lover. Shout out to Lene. Shout out to Lene. I need Lene on my channel so we can have real conversation. She said Umar met his match, then we need to really make him meet his match. She can sit on Leonard's channel and his platforms, talk all day, all night. But on my platform, it's organizing because she says she's ready for war and we organizing for the fight. Lene should have been on this platform tonight talking about, yes, folks, get down there to that FDMG. She should have been the cheerleader for this protest right here. But she's too busy wanting to be on Leonard's platform shining. Oh, I got 3,000 people listening to me. It's not about that, folks. It's about getting that real justice. And that's why she should be over here. That's why his daughter should be over here. That's why Jamal, you want to shut down your social media accounts. That's why you should be over here. And we should be building on this platform, letting everyone know that that they are standing with Don. We stand with Don and we stand with his movement. We need to protest this FDMG. That's where we supposed to be at right now. We supposed to be coming up with real strong solutions as real Black power people. You really want to talk that Black power? Well, this is Black power. If you want to talk that Pan-Africans, this is Pan-African. If you want to talk about any level of any consciousness of a community, this is that level. And for us to sit back and let the opportunities blow by, that's not me. So I will be there on that block August 21st with the little yellow aliens looking to punch this man's face. But outside punch this man's face, we looking to do what he's not able to do, and that's support the people in that community. So we're going to give a little giveaway. We're going to do a little back to school giveaway. We're going to give some burgers. If we don't do the burgers, we're going to do some doggies and some icy. I'm stop with this water ice shit. We're going to do the back to school drive at the FDMG, sponsored by the Little Yellow Aliens. Umar could not and will not do a back to school drive. I wish I had a book bag or two to give out some book bags. If I gave out 2 book bags, that's more book bags than Umar Johnson ever gave away. I would love to go there, and I would love to just stop by a store and just grab up some school supplies and set up the table real quick. Who got donations for that? So we can really just do a little cute protest. Five kids. I'm gonna come supply the water ice. I'm gonna supply the franks. I'm gonna supply the buns. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna supply some pretzels. Can you supply some pencils in the book bag? I need some pencils and book bag for this book drive that we're gonna do for this protest. Because we're gonna do what he can't do on his own block. This is some real hardcore shit we talk about. This man says they have a warrant for my arrest, and I'm going to the block because he said he vandalized the school. I'm pulling up. He said I vandalized the school, and now I'm going to go and do a block party. You understand, folks? Let's have a conversation. Let's really have a conversation about that. I'm willing to risk my freedom to pull up on the block. I'm willing, not for no views, but I'm willing to risk my freedom to pull up on the block to do what he can't do, which is give back to the community. Not no little block party, not no little, but we're going to give back to the community. The truth. He can't give back to the community the truth. His truth is all fake lies, fake news and lies. He want to give to the community hate, knowing that that community is a predominantly mixed community. But he want to practice and teach hate out there. So we're going to give that community, we're going to give back to that community the truth about a villain named Umar Johnson. Let me get into this little video because, like I said, the other day I called for all Umar Johnson journalists. All the Umar Johnson journalists, I called for them, whether you was a fraud work or you was you was a AFW, whether you was a CCC, whether you was a good guy, whether you was a chat professional, you know, because a lot of people in the chat, they professionals, you know what I'm saying? Professional chatters, you know what I mean? They have the scoop. We call for all you folks because we want to organize. We want to talk about the situation, see where we all at with it, and then move forward. We wasn't here for the gossip. We was really here for I was setting that platform up for that stage up for everyone to really have their input on how we can maneuver for August 21st. You best believe there's going to be a lot of people tuning in on these YouTube streets for August 21st. And you best believe there's going to be a lot of people tune into these Umar Johnson YouTube streets, that is, August 25th. You best believe that August 26th, there's going to be over 1,000 videos on Umar Johnson. But with this protest, listen to my words, with a protest of Umar Johnson, there will be, I'm going to take away me, there will be none. There will be no one talking about we should protest against this school. There's going to be no person who donated $5, $10, $20, $200, $50, $500, $1,000. You're not going to have no insight from those people because they are butthurt. They are hurt. And I'm saying you got to get over that, and you got to make your voices heard. The FBI is watching. Now, I see. I went 23 minutes in. I didn't say that, but the FBI is watching. They looking for your hurt. They looking for your pain. They looking for your frustration to build their case. They need to know who donated that money: $2,000, $1,000, $500. Who donated those large sums of money because they need you to speak up. They need your voice to be heard. So that's why I'm bringing this protest. This protest is for you. Even if you are online and you dropping me too. Who's a victim? I'm a victim. And if you can say you're a victim and you can join this whole Umar Johnson Me Too movement, the FBI will hear you. They are listening to you now. They're hearing you. But we need to really make it impactful. Let me explain to you what this whole Me Too movement is. This guy is going to let you know. I was skimming. I was truly skimming through this video. So I'm going to go to this video. You guys can skim through it with me. I'm just going to go from this one point, then I'm going to skim back because he was giving a breakdown of some of the the Umar Johnson Me Too victims in this video right here. So I'm just going to go right here because he said something real funny right here. But let's go. I'll open up this video real quick.
Lawsuit update or conclusion a little later in this video. Just keep watching. But I 100% believe that Don was the one who vandalized the school because the person, like spray painted the wall and they wrote a Cash App. The Cash App was Don's Cash App. Nobody is writing your Cash App, Don, if it wasn't you. And the surveillance footage, the person looks like Don. So, yeah.
I didn't know he had surveillance footage of me writing my Cash App on the wall. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he had surveillance footage. Could somebody show me that surveillance footage? How did he see surveillance footage of me writing my name on the wall? Okay. See, this was one of the ex-good guys who used to defend Umar, although he would make, do a lot of videos and get a lot of views just talking about it. But yet and still he was a supporter of Umar. Okay, so I'm trying to understand what video did he see, because I need to see that video. Who else in my little small chat saw a video of Umar that Umar Johnson posted of me vandalizing the building, putting my cash up there? And that's real talk. You know what I'm saying? What video surveillance footage did Umar ever show from that school? Because this guy just said the video footage shows someone.
Don did it, but you wrote a cash app. The cash app was Don. The person, like spray painted the wall and they wrote a cash app. The cash app was Don's cash app. Nobody is writing your cash app, Don, if it wasn't you.
That is a problem. Everybody should be putting Don's cash up on Umar Johnson's. Every time Umar Johnson go live, everybody should be putting my cash up. They should be putting King Randall's cash up. They should be putting Umar Johnson's daughter's cash up on there. Anybody who's a victim, everybody who knows and been following the whole situation should be say pay this person. So technically, this is the reason why we don't have the push that we supposed to have, is because people putting comments like that, as opposed to saying, yo, what I'm saying. Not ain't nobody's gonna do that. No, you should be saying, yo, shit, everybody should go out there and put Don's cash up there because the man should have been paid. But see, we don't speak the right language so that the person who's the victimizer can feel it. You know what I'm saying? We give the enemy cushions and leeway. Every time we can slap the enemy, we supposed to slap him. We're supposed to be saying, and folks, put Don's cash up on your screen. Put him up on put on Umar Johnson's screen. Every time he go live, go put pay Don. And I said that back then. That's how y'all can help. Just go there and tap every time. Go in the comment section of Umar Johnson's, put pay Don, pay Don, pay Don. ICDON74. $ ICDON74. That's not saying, hey, you guys. That's saying that's what we need everyone to be doing to Umar, so that he see that, oh shit, there is allegiance and alliance for Don. Oh, I am looking stupid. But as long as you got people making videos and saying, Don M, he was a homeless guy, he was a homeless guy, he was a homeless guy. So let's go back to why I had to really spaz on a lot of these folks. Because when I actually went to the school, I mean, technically, I always label myself homeless, but I was living on 63rd Street in Jefferson. When I first touched down to Philadelphia, I was when I first moved and laid my head down in Philadelphia. It was not on a park bench. It was not on the grass. It was not in the train station. When I first touched down in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, it was not on a SEPTA bus. It was not on a trolley. It wasn't in Delaware. When I first touched down in Philadelphia, it was on 63rd Street in Jefferson. Okay, that's where I was living. I was homeless because it wasn't my home. I was homeless before that because where I was staying was not my home. I was homeless because my home was no longer mine. It was gone. Everything mine was gone. So I was living in someone's on their sofa. Then I was staying in their garage. Then I was staying in Pennsylvania. I was staying in someone's on their sofa in their what they had they had a 3-floor house. It was his mom's house, his 3-floor house. His mother was on the bottom floor of the house. She's a retired school teacher. He was on the second floor, which had three rooms. And his daughter family was on the 3rd floor of the house, which had like 3 rooms. It was a big house that his mom's and him they owned. And he opened it up for me when he met me in Kentucky at a Breonna Taylor rally. I met this man from Philadelphia and Kentucky, and he gave me a ride all the way back because my car broke down. And then I said, yo, I don't want to go back to New York. What's up? You got this empty space? He said, yeah. And he said, yo, you can move there. So I moved to Philly. So I wasn't like homeless the way people painting the picture. I never ever painted the picture like I was homeless the way these people paint the picture. But you let them tell my story. Oh, this guy, Umar Johnson, was letting him stay in the building. What the fuck? Let's go. So we're going to go into this video right here because the little yellow aliens have invaded the FDMG and all Umar Johnson supporters. Okay? Because this right here is the reason why we don't have that strong support base. It's not about followings and views and all that stuff with me. It's the support base. The support base on this mission was very, very key and vital for where we at right now. I need you folks to really understand what I'm saying. When I came in these Umar Johnson YouTube streets back in October, okay, of 2020, October of 2025 will be. I apologize. That's when I came out to Philly. November of 2020 represents, of 2025 represents 5 years of this Umar Johnson saga with me. 5 long years. Well, October technically, but 5 long years. And me telling you this story. In 5 years, I told you what was going to be the outcome. Whether you was a supporter of this man and you was on these YouTube streets and believing that he was going to get the school open, or whether you was a person who donated to this man and then you fell off the donation in the following movement and you stopped being a supporter, but you still say, yo, he might open the school. I told all you that he cannot open the school. The school will not spiritually open because he went down the wrong path by doing me wrong. You cannot start the school off with that type of injustice and think that you're going to teach young black kids. It can't spiritually work. And everybody like, who are you? What are you talking about? You just a homeless person. They try to go all on me because I made a strong statement like that. And 6 mother effing years later, 5 more motherfucking years later, it's being taken away from me, from him. And I feel like it's being snatched from me because I said to everyone, I said, yo, let's put that money together and let's figure out how we can just buy the block because it's going to be up for grabs. So the little yellow aliens must invade because you folks need to see that this is serious, that it's not for ha ha he he ho hos. This is for real. We must protest. I must believe that is that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you something. I got to believe that on that level. I got to get in my Karen bag. It's time to see. It's time to get in your Karen bag, folks. Karen, CAR, not Karen. Get in your Karen bag. Get in your Karen bag. Trust me when I tell you this, folks. We can't be on that, Black Power shit right now. We gotta get on that Karen bag. You gotta speak and say something against this school. Not just online, but the public needs to know. The city council need to know. The state reps need to know. The senator need to know. The council need to know. The mayor need to know that the school is not wanted by the people because the people have been scammed by the principal. It's just that simple. It can't be online forever. You got to bring it to where it's at. That's when it really counts. It don't count till you have how you put it. It don't count till you have some numbers on a piece of paper, a docket number. It don't count till you have a case number. And for we to make this count, folks, we got to get a real case in the number of people on this file. That's why we need you to join me with this protest at the FDMG. I need you to be with me online. I need you to be with me at the block. If you live out in Wilmington, I need you to pull up. If you live in Philly, I need you to roll out. Because we need to make a stand. Because I know I'm not the only victim of the scam. I know I'm not the only person speaking out with the scam. And just think about it, folks. Seriously, really think about it. How many others really have come out and stood on the stage and said, me too? So let's let this man talk a little bit. I'm gonna let this man video play a little bit because this is my first time watching this video. If there's anybody who'd like to tap in, come and tap in. If you're a person who believe that this protest need to take place and on a strong level, I need you to tap in and talk to people. Is this something that is needed at this point? Is a FDMG protest needed? You just think this is not no small level thing now. This is about like 25 different radio stations this is over 100 radio stations of promoting. Okay, this is over hundreds of podcasts being on. This is after thousands of shares of videos, maybe tens of thousands of shares of videos of Umar Johnson for years. This is mainstream. This ain't just YouTube entertainment. This is mainstream, folks. For you folks to be sitting and talk about, oh, Umar Johnson's entertainment. No, okay, so it's not just entertainment. It's mainstream entertainment. He got D.L. Hughley talking about him. He got Steve Harvey talking about him. He's mainstream. And so now, because it's mainstream, we must take it to that level. It's not just online chatty patty shit. This is modern day history of black scamming at the high level, black evil at a high level. And we must bring it to the light of the people. I really, really at the very beginning wanted to truly, truly know in my heart that I must take this rifle and shoot. Okay, everybody just want me to take my rifle and shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like we had him stand up and everybody just shooting at him. But I didn't shoot as fast as everyone else wanted to shoot. Maybe that hurt me. But now I'm coming like David and I'm on Goliath. And I feel like I'm the only one that's shooting now. Now, people making videos, see, there's a difference between making videos because you know that it's a topic that's streaming. And so you're going to shoot your shot at the Umar Johnson saga because you want to get your views up. But I'm really shooting this rock. I ain't shooting the shot. I'm shooting this rock at Umar, right in the middle of the head. This is David versus Goliath. And like I said, this is mainstream. So when we talk about a protest, this is very important for you to know that this isn't alien invasion. This is New York attacks. This ain't Mars attack. This is Queens attacks. This is Icy Dawn attacks. This is real. And we've got to understand that you should be attacking too. And here's why you should be attacking too. Let's get to the video.
And the surveillance footage, the person looks like Don. So, yeah, Don did it. But at this point, it's karma, bro. You owe a homeless man $3,000. Your $3,000 could bring a lot of ease and comfort to this man's life that you're choosing not to. You rather show up to court or pay a lawyer instead of just paying the homeless man the $3K you own. To me, that's that's psychotic and that's just wrong, right? But then you owe King Randall $3,000, so you could have just given Don the $3,000 you took from King Randall. Like, you never showed up for the interview.
I have no clue But for him to say that I take time out my life to go all the way to Delaware to go and vandalize the school. No, when I go to Delaware, it's to see you.
Let me tell y'all how petty Dr. Umar Johnson is, okay? Umar Johnson could have just paid the $3,000 or at least show up, right? To, have a quick resolution to this. No, Umar Johnson did everything in his power, everything to avoid court, to prolong this as long as possible, to make Don wait years, if he was going to get a conclusion. Look at the extent that Umar Johnson went to prolong this case and to avoid ever showing up.
We see the case description, Donald Murray versus Umar Johnson. Filing date, April 6th, 2021. And it's for breach of contract. Service by the sheriff was requested on April 22nd of 2021. On May 7th, the service was returned non-S. Based on the notes, they tried to serve Umar Johnson at the property in Delaware, but he wasn't there. He was eventually served on 9/10 of 2021. On October 11th of 2021, Don filed a motion for a default judgment. Umar Johnson filed an answer to the lawsuit on October 15th of 21. There were some issues with the court getting the notice to Umar because they were sending them to the address listed for the property in Delaware, and the notices were being returned to the court. Umar Johnson eventually communicated to the court that his mailing address is the P.O. Box in Delaware. There was a civil motion hearing on January 14th via Zoom, and during that hearing, Don did something that later almost jeopardized his case. On January 21st, 2022,
and yo, that was actually Make a Change, I believe, who did that shit.
Don's motion for a default judgment was denied, and the case was set to go to trial on July 6th of this year. However, on June 24th, there was an order, because during the civil motion on January 14th, Don made a recording of the hearing and posted it online, which was a violation of the court's policy. Therefore, an in-person hearing was set for July 22nd for Don to explain why he should not be held in contempt of court for violating the court policy by recording a court proceeding and posting it in a public domain. Due to the
Now, check this out, folks. This is when the AFWs came in full effect. Shout out to the AFW queen. You know what I'm saying? The AFW queen. And I say that for real. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Umar Johnson real queen of the sector. You know what I'm saying? The one and only anti-Afro. You know what I'm saying? Because Antel Spengali, she was on and shit. And she, out of nowhere, called me when I just turned my phone on. I just got out of jail. I just turned my phone on because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. I was going crazy with this whole court thing because I knew that I messed up by getting locked up and I knew I would miss court. And she told me, nah, according to your case, I just went online, your case is still open. Go check it out. And she says, because he filed a motion against you. And this is the motion that this fool filed against me because he said, hey, he's online showing videos of the court proceedings. He can't do that. He can't do that. And so by him doing that, he gave me more time by the court to get rid of any information I had floating online. I had 30 days to do so. So I was locked up, but they gave me extra time. So when I got out, I had that time to go and surf through whatever I did. So whatever I did, I went there and told them it's gone. What did I do? I ain't do nothing. I just told them whatever y'all talk about is gone. And then they gave me back and opened back up the case. Because I don't know what they talk about. That need to be gone. If I took a video down, I took a video down. Okay? To be honest, I can't remember. But if I took a video down, I took a video down. But so going right here, let's go. A hearing is to be scheduled for July 22nd, okay, of 2022 at 8:30 a.m. in person at the courthouse. I had to get there in person. I was like, yo, this is going to be a hard one for me. I have to get all the way from Philadelphia to the courthouse early in the morning by train. But I did everything I had to do. Okay, folks, I did everything I had to do to make sure I keep this court case open. Now, Umar Johnson, if you got notice about anything dealing with your school, you got any notification that your school will be auctioned anytime, did you go all the way out to make sure that that didn't take place? Obviously not. I'm talking about all the way out. So I played this game with Umar. I played the game for the people. I did the court shit. Uh-oh, what's going on here? We did the court shit. We really did the court shit, folks.
The trial had to be rescheduled. The hearing was held and Don was found to be in contempt of court, and all recordings of the January 14 hearing that were posted online had to be removed within 30 days or his case would be dismissed. A trial was rescheduled, which brings us to today, November 30th. However, on November 29th, the day before the trial, Umar Johnson requested a continuance on the basis that Umar Johnson, is ill and would not be able to attend.
In high school, in higher academics, so like my AP classes, they were very male dominated. There was a lot.
Come on, bro. Come on, Umar, bruh. Now, ultimately, though, all the ducking didn't turn out well in Umar Johnson's favor, because you could only prolong this case for so long. And the case finally has a resolution. You want to know what it is? Well, lucky you're here, because we got the paperwork. If we go to the docket, we now know, but as of 2023, a motion was granted, right? The judgment was granted. So proposed findings of facts and recommendations for order awarding damages. Conclusion for the above reason, judgment is entered against Umar Johnson in the amount of $3,000 plus post-judgment interest at the legal rate. It is so ordered this 11th day of September 2023. Proposed findings of fact and recommendations for order awarding damages back to court, return to sender. So they couldn't even like tell Umar Johnson, hey, bruh, you lost in court. You got to pay this man $3,000, because they couldn't even serve Umar Johnson. They don't have like an address on file for Umar Johnson no more, even though Umar Johnson was initially served at the school.
Now let's stop right there. I need everybody to stop right there, because that's where we at. That's so important, because I did every step that everyone kept saying. They said, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? So we filed the motion. We did everything the right, legal, white way, the good old American way. We did it. And you see, people have been sharing this information. They've been sharing my whole docket. They've been sharing the information, and you see. And then right at that point, he says, what? And then it was returned to sender, because what? They couldn't even serve him. So when it comes to, yo, you should put a lien on the building, you should do this, you should do that, I'm already like, yo, it's been a long time with this shit, right? The only thing I really should be doing is burning this building down, finding him, hurting him real bad, putting him in the box and throw him in the water. That's what I should do. But the kids did what they were supposed to do. They vandalized the building, and I got to go over that. I got to really supersede that, because I'm the victim. And the sheriff, when I contacted the sheriff and said, yo, I won my case, what's the next procedure? And he's like, well, we have to serve him. But if we don't have a home address, and the only thing we have is a school, and he's never there, we can't start the process. He said the best thing for you to do, because he said, I've seen so many people do this, is they take their situation to the internet, the social media, and they just blast people. I think that's the best situation that you could do, the best case scenario for you, because your situation is that type of case. This is what the sheriff told me. He said, and you also should contact the FBI, the Better Business Bureau. And he said, because this is a situation that he said, just be on him. He was like, yo, he was like a real cheerleader, though. He was like, get on him, just stay on him. Like, yo, but I need you to help me out with the lien. He said, yo, it's going to be too hard. And you see what the man said just right here. Okay. And that's just what, okay.
Yo, Johnson was initially served at the school. Yo, now again, I'm not a legal expert. I don't know if Don could go after the school if Umar Johnson don't pay this, is because Don was threatening to put a lien on the school. I'm not even sure if that's possible. I don't know. But Umar Johnson essentially scammed a homeless man, refused to pay him, prolonged the process so he could wait 3 years
of collecting money
for $3,000. Finally got the judgment, and Umar Johnson hasn't attempted to pay this man in 2 years.
Now, look, folks, in those 3 years, how much of your donation money went to security that he had for me? No, seriously, I really need y'all to really ask and get a real answer for this. Like, how much in 3 years, in 4 years, since 2021, how many, and I'm telling you, 2021, the first event I pulled up, he had at least like 5, 6 security at this little bookstore, this little antique store. He had more security than people. And paying them, but didn't pay me. He paid that woman, Lene, to come take care of the moms, $1,200. Didn't pay me. How much money do you think that he really dished out from funds that had nothing to do with saving the school? But if he would have just took care of certain responsibilities, like paying me, get me out the way, the donation would have came in that much more, and it would have been that much better for him, because he could have said, I finally got rid of the situation with the disgruntled worker. We finally paid them more folks. We in the clear. There's no more issues, no more problems. But he can't even say that. And to this day, he can't say that. And then to the end of the FDMG, he still can't say it. So he just go down in history as a creep. And you think I'm just supposed to say, well, we're going to chalk that up? No, I'm saying that, yo, we need to protest so that this man can't kick it and start it up again. The people themselves must stand up against people like this. And that's why I have made such a mark on the YouTube streets and these social medias. And we're going to be on TikTok after 5 years of the situation. We're going to be on TikTok because it's definitely going to be very strong at this point. Because they need to know who got the FBI involved. Everybody need to know why they have so much good content right now on Umar Johnson's situation. Because it couldn't have been the Cookie Crush. It couldn't have been the AFWs. It couldn't have been none of the situation that was going on right now that you see. It wasn't no Holy Comb or whatever his name is. It wasn't no damn, what's this chick name? The light-skinned chick, Cynthia G. It was none of these individuals that got the feds involved. It was as Flock would say, the little old homeless guy. The little yellow alien from New York City. See, I'm an alien because I'm visiting from New York City. I came from another place. Came from New York City, migrated to Philly. So I'm an alien to Philly. Then we went all the way to Delaware. So that's what we talk about, Delaware. But I'm an alien. A little yellow alien, folks. Dig up and find out your history about the little Umar and his little yellow aliens. Umar, can you see my spaceship coming? I know a lot of people like, what are you talking about? Don, what Don talk about? Well, Umar be seeing little aliens. He's seeing aliens. He was visited by alien, and alien punched him in his face. And no one believed him. So if Don punched him in the face, don't believe him, okay, folks? Well, yeah, right. Don didn't go punch you in your face. Be quiet. You lying. Go back to your room. Go to sleep. It's time to get in your carrying bag, though, folks. If you guys don't say nothing and you let this year go by, and you let these social media heads really, really, really take your victory of bringing down Umar Johnson, because they said, well, I've been covering the story for the last 2 years. I've been doing videos of Umar Johnson for like the last 3 years. I covered the story. I covered it on his daughter and his ex girlfriend coming out. And if they've been covering the story, but they ain't covered the fact that, yo, this guy got the feds on this man. The sheriff told him that, yo, instead of you going for the lean, because it's gonna be very hard, go on YouTube and blast him. If they don't know that story, then you don't know the Umar Johnson saga. Because I was the ending of that saga, and people don't know that I was really the true anchor of that FDMG Titanic. What's the Marcus Garvey ocean liner that he had? What's the name of that boat that he had? What? Well, with the FDMG, Marcus Garvey Starline, whatever that ship was called, with his boat has really is sinking, and I was the anchor that positioned the boat to be torpedoed. And I really need y'all to understand all the waves that was hitting Umar's boat, rocking that boat side to side, making everybody seasick. You have all Umar Johnson supporters seasick with all the hate and everything that he was saying for all these years. And then I came in as a real dude saying, yo, you look, man, I see all the hate that you get, my G. I feel you, though. You know what I'm saying? I believe in this whole Black Power shit. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I believe that we can make things happen this way. I really do. We can build I believe that you can build a school for donation. I'm going to tell you honest God truth. Okay, folks? I know Umar Johnson could have built the school off of donation, and I know Umar Johnson could have paid the staff from donations. I know he could have done it. Or should I say, I know that it could have been done. But like I told you at the beginning, it could have been done, but it just wasn't him that was supposed to really get it done. Or it could have been him that got it done, but other individuals involved. Haven't he? And this is the truth, folks. I'm behind the scenes, and I'm telling you where he was at with everything, with the momentum and the way that everybody was on pause mode because y'all didn't know where everything was going. And this the boogeyman talking still, though. This the little yellow alien talking still. I'm telling you for a fact that if he never had to fall out with me, I told you I was the anchor in the scam. It was inevitable because I guess his heart wasn't right. I guess his heart and his mind wasn't right before I came. So I had to come into place and I had to get jerked for me to be the anchor. But he was going to be able to get that school open eventually if I didn't anchor that ship. So let's just say that, let's say I was an ass kisser. Let's just say that I was a strong Umar supporter. I'm trying I'm trying to figure out a new word. My back hurts. My back hurts. Hold on, folks. I caught a spasm in my back. Oof. Sorry. Ooh, I'm glad I wasn't on camera for that one. I caught a real bad spasm in my back. Y'all was seeing the ugly face. But if I was a real Umar Hulkamaniac, like a Umar maniac, if I was a real Umar maniac, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It was yes, boss. Yo, let's get this done, boss. Yo, oh man, we gonna get this school open, boss. Oh man, what you need, boss? I moved this rock. If I was that type of dude, yo, folks, I'm dead ass serious. Okay, folks, there was not one video that Leonard Arnold could have done if I didn't come out that would have stopped that momentum of what was happening. And that's a true fact, and everybody here knows it. If I did not come out and be so adamant about this situation. Umar Johnson, his money was going to be rolling super fast, folks. If I didn't come out, his money was about to start when we did that Pink Day, okay. And I'll say, yo, let's go live. And I was giving that mode. If I was that Negro, like, yo, boys, let's go, man. Come on, man. Come on. If I was really that big cheerleader, because I was there, like, yo, man, stop playing, man. And but I told him, yo, fuck these people online. Stop doing videos, you know what I'm saying? And so for me to say, yo, turn the camera on, let's video this, it was like, huh? All right, fuck it, let's do it. Because I was telling you, you need not to be going on these people's shows no more. Don't do no more podcasts. Let the people sit back and don't have nothing to talk about. So I'm telling you, folks, if that man would have paid me my money, and if he would have never, ever, ever, ever just did anything wrong, that school would have been open or for donations. So all y'all folks sit back and y'all say that it couldn't happen. It would have happened. All you folks who say that it couldn't happen, I need y'all to understand it, because I don't want y'all to take away dreams. I don't want you to take away the real black power. I don't want you coon ass people out here. Now, I ain't talking about everybody, okay? So I'm talking about the coons. I don't want the coons to get the sheep to believe that the sheep can't build a foundation. I don't want that. Never, ever, ever. Okay? Because I am black power. Black man rise, original rebel. I'm always on that time. So don't think that school wasn't on its way to open. I was the fucking anchor for it to get torpedoed. Period. No one else can claim that they was the true anchor of that fucking school. I put that school on the target and it got blasted. It's capsized right now. The FDMG is capsized. It's not sunken, okay, folks? The FDMG ship is capsized. It's not sunken. And everybody who's doing videos on it and doing videos on it and just doing videos and videos, like I said, as long as you talk about Umar Johnson, it gives his FDMG hope. As long as you talk about him, it gives his FDMG hope. If you're not talking with Don, that boat won't sink. You guys are going to keep that boat afloat. You guys are going to keep that boat where it is still capsized, where someone's going to say, throw a life preserver, which just happened. Someone threw a life preserver. I got Flacco up on the screen for like damn near 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Yo, Flacco, tap in. Tap in, Flacco. Somebody let Flacco know that Don has him on the screen right now. Would like to chop it up with him. He used to always sneak in, and when I'm doing my videos and we talking, you would tap in and you would be so loud and dominant. You take over the damn conversation and you say, wait, I got a question. And you had to study, yo. I want to talk to you now that you don't have to study, kid. Come on, kid. It would be a real good conversation now, because we can really go back and forth on that. Not back and forth in battle, but I'm in laughter. I want to laugh. I need Flacco to help me laugh right now. But when you say to the people that you believe that Don vandalized a school, you gotta really be specific. I know you said, you said Icy Don, you put his cash up there. But when people say here, you just say Don vandalized a school, they're gonna automatically think about the vandalism. I didn't vandalize the school. I did not vandalize the school. When I put my cash up on the bill on the mural, that wasn't a vandalism. That was my that was a notice. Okay? That Icy Don was not vandalism, folks. Me putting my Cash App up on that wall was no way form of vandalism. Because I already told you what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. I wanted to get the super soaker, fill it with paint, and blast that shit. Blast that shit. That was vandalism. I wanted to have fun like that, but I didn't. I kept it cool. I kept it cordial. I chilled like Orange Juice Jones. I chilled. But I could have cold pimp slapped that whole wall. But I chilled. I laid low. You gotta lay low. I laid low. You feel me, folks? Don know how to lay low. I didn't vandalize that building. I go to court to this day and say, I did not vandalize that building. I left my notice. He owes me $3,000. I left my Cash Up because he might not remember. The same way you posted, I posted up on his wall my Cash App. I did not vandalize his building. In the back of the building, that's graffiti. Inside the building, that's vandalism. On the back of the wall is art. Because it's a canvas, it's a mural, it's a canvas for murals. So they put their street art up there. Inside the building, it was vandalized. I didn't do that. I'm mad I didn't do it. I'm jealous I didn't do it. I'm a sucker because I didn't do it. But I'm not no little kid, and I didn't find the opening. How did the kids find the door was open? And then this dude said that he said some crazy shit. Let me rewind. Let me go to this video because he's telling the story. It's not really that important, but he told the story. He said this dude's funny. Oh. He said,
what if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
The court case and was looking for street.
He said that I left the school one day and I didn't lock the door. And he telling the story all over crazy. Damn, B, I told the story 1,000 times. I locked the door. I left the school. I locked the door. I had the key. He didn't want me to leave the Delaware with the key. I knew that was going to piss him off. That's why I left anyway. And plus, the other guy, he couldn't get to me in time. And I wasn't stressing him to get to me in time. I had to go. I had to catch a train so I can leave, get the hell out of there. I was tired. I was done. I wasn't waiting around. I wasn't leaving. I just said, fuck it, I'm out. I could have left it in the back of the building. I could have left it, but no, I kept the key because I was coming back. I ain't got time to be doing all that crazy shit. No. It just so happened that it was the wrong time because the dude have somebody come to go and take a look at the damn windows or the doors or some shit like that. Like, what? Man, I'm laying in the bed. There's no way I can get there in time. No, the doors was locked. I locked the door. I'm not irresponsible. He painted the picture like I was irresponsible. But I'm gonna go through this video a little bit just to entertain myself because I was put onto this video that my man Flock, shout out to Flock. Hit tap in, Flock. But there's nobody on these YouTube streets, not one single person on these YouTube streets is saying that they organizing the protest. Not even with Monty Woodgrain. Come on, Monty, join me. Wouldn't that be epic? Monty, hit me up. He's one of the original Umar content creators that had Umar Johnson on his heels. Okay, folks? He is the reason why Umar had me come to school. He was like, yo, I really need someone to be at the school. You know, I got security there. He had people there, but he wanted someone to be there. He wanted security on top of the security. He wanted me to be watching the security, but at the same time, really being at the building because, you know, being at the building because he was nervous of Monty. Because Monty's the one who pulled up and started pulling on the doors and just making him nervous. But he was just being Monty. He was just being a jerk. But it had Umar nervous. And I'm like, yo, Monty, hit me up, man. Let's pull up on that block. Resurface that hunger. You the one who made this shit pop. You the one who was the original Umar content creator that had it rocking and rolling. And I wasn't paying attention to you then. But then when I did pay attention to his, I was like, this guy is an asshole. But when I watched your art, I was like, yo, this guy's an artist. The way he's painting this Umar Johnson picture, because he was frustrated at Umar Johnson because Umar Johnson didn't represent Philly. And for whatever other reason he was making content on Umar, he's the reason why you have a Lennon on the level that he's at, because Lennon just pretty much did a R. Kelly to Aaron Hall and took the spotlight. But probably sadly, Lennon was using Monty's work. Lennon, I don't know. I don't know the whole behind the scenes of that, but I'm pretty sure he was. Because Monty would go out there and he would give you on-site content. And that's why I'm saying, yo, pull up. Get that Umar Johnson nervous again. Tasha K don't make Umar Johnson nervous like that. Umar Johnson wants Tasha K to talk about him. That gets him excited. That gives him more exposure. All these big time platforms, they should be talking about you. They should be talking about me, the people who pull up. Get back in your bag. You was definitely going on Lennon, which was great too. Get back in your bag. I don't really know what's going on. Maybe I need to check over there real quick. Let me check over there and see. Let me see what you got to say about Umar. Hold on, folks. I'm with you. Let me just check on something real quick. You making these cats famous because they saying, "Hey, I contacted the Wilmington courts, and they said I contacted Wilmington this, and they said this. Hey, I want to be famous. I want to be famous." Contact Wilmington Court and find out about Don's court case, and you push to Umar, pay Don, pay your worker before you lose everything. Who am I looking for again? Yeah, see, I'm looking here. He's going into Lennon because you get tired of Lennon, and like I said, he kind of took his spot. So yeah, yeah. I might just play a video. I might just play this video that you did. I might just play that video. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. Which one should I pull up? Which one should I look at? I want to look at one of these videos. Oh hell no, not that one. That's a whole live stream. Okay, so we're gonna go to this video. We're gonna pull up this video and see what he say about this video. Okay, so we're gonna pull that right there. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm gonna go check out a little Monty video. I haven't looked at nothing from him for the little second, but the last time I did look, he had something to have me rolling. It was kind of funny. Like I say, he's really creative with it. His take on Lennon and his art with it. That Lennon mask was amazing. And it's only right to go in on this man because, it's after a while when you do 1,001 videos on this man, but you're not really, like I say, you're not bringing him down. You're just making a living off him. That becomes a different type of grift that people not calling out. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, this man rolled up to the school. I roll up to school. I was in the school. So when we speak, it's real. When this man speaks, it's because he's digging up other people's stuff and doing commentation on it and commentary on it. And as he's commentating on it, he's getting rich. Not rich, but he's living a good life. And so, yeah, you're gonna call that out after a while. Like, yo, come on, dog. I mean, and then you're doing, and then you got like 35% lies. No, it becomes a little corny after a while. And I'm really meaning some 35% lies. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna say it again because I want everybody to know that I truly believe that if I didn't come into the picture of Umar Johnson, or better yet, I put it to you like this because I kind of needed to get into the picture of Umar Johnson before everything get focused. So I put it to you like this: he could use anybody, but it was important for me to be used for the situation. He just went against the situation, made it bad. But if I came in on this whole situation with Umar Johnson, and if I came in as truly a Umar Johnson fan, a true supporter, a good worker, I ain't got nothing to say, no input, what you need, I got you. If I came in on like that, and if I had a cash app, see, those are two key things. To be honest, even if I wasn't on it like that, but if I had a cash app, I'd probably still been there. If I had the cash app, okay? But now let's just say I had the cash app and I was a good old boy for Umar Johnson. Good old boy. I promise you this. I'm telling y'all the truth. And I don't care who's out there who want to fight me on these words. I promise you that man could have opened the school, paying the teachers and all. He would have been able to open that school by the end of August, by his birthday of 2021. He was going to be able to open that school. And I'm dead serious. If I never ever was jerked, he was on his way. How do I know? Because it could have happened. But because he's the person he is, it wasn't going to happen, but it could have happened. But I came in and was done wrong and put an anchor so he can get blasted by the torpedo. And y'all got to understand that because it wasn't meant to be for him, but it could have happened. If that make any sense. Because he would have been able to have, he would have been, I put what 800 videos on him. He would have been 800 videos less of negative energy. It was over 550 shares of my videos. It would have been 550 less shares of my videos. It wouldn't have been people like this man Flacco talking about my situation. No one would have known me. and he would have been able to collect at least each year another additional. Because once those lights would have went on and those plumbers came in, I need y'all to understand, man. If I didn't come in and we start speaking and really going in, the plumbers, it would have been everything would just been like harps playing in the background. Little angels is flying around. He would have been, his confidence when he spoke would have been different. You guys got to understand that his confidence levels went down when he was speaking because he knew that he was wrong. But if everything was smooth, he would have been moving in such between Manny and Don on his team. He would have been trust me, his chest would be King Kong. He would have been King Kong. And y'all would have seen some fly shit taking place on the low. Y'all would have seen the basketball league take place on the low. Y'all would have seen a lot of things take place on the low if Umar would have paid Don. He's a dickhead. If Umar Johnson would have paid that little yellow alien from Queens, he would have had the basketball tournament from teams coming from New York, teams coming from Philly, teams from Delaware, teams coming from Virginia, coming from North Carolina. He would have had so much good shit popping. Yes, he would have raised that money faster than you guys think once those lights came on. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all really think that wouldn't have happened? You're crazy? Because it still went on for 5 years later, strong. And I'm going to say like this. Who's coming out and saying, I am the one who got the FBI on Umar Johnson? Who's coming saying they are part of the whole, they are at least a piece of the reason why Umar Johnson's Cash App is shut down? What is wrong with y'all? None of that would have been taking place had it not came out, because there wouldn't have been no white paperwork. I told you, once we get the white paperwork involved, once that white paperwork goes in on the courts, that black and white, every agency, I said this, every agency in Delaware is going, because I said they tied into each other. They're going to come crashing on him because they're going to be like, yo, we got one. And they're going to lynch him. And that's why he said, oh, the city of Wilmington. That's why Umar feels that way, because he was listening. And you might not be listening, but he was listening like, damn, Don's right. So he's like, oh, the city of Wilmington. I knew they didn't want me there. Yeah, they didn't want you there because you doing wrong. You talking nonsense. You got court cases against you. They already know nothing good is going to come from you. And now the newspapers in Delaware needs to know that the school scam is coming to an end. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Now we got to take it from the streets and get it to mainstream. It got to be a mainstream. Like I say, this video Don is not trying to talk about his Jamal Johnson and Jamal Johnson going to getting this and that and his past 1982 and Jamal yo man, shout out to Jamal Johnson, man. Oh, Jamal Johnson got 4, 5, 6 kids. Shout out to Jamal Johnson, still looking like he's 48. Doing 2 hours live stream trying to bring down this man. And y'all sitting there 2, 3, 4,000 people strong watching that shit while this man's on the other side saying, yo, August 21st, we're going to organize this protest. FDMG got to be sunk. We got the torpedoes lined up. We got to just sink the target. We got to hit the target. The FDMG boat is capsized. We got to sink it. If you guys want the boat to stay afloat, then we need a new captain of the ship. And that man owes me money. I am the new captain of that ship. So if we're going to flip that boat over, we got somebody who want to invest. We got somebody who want to pay the bill. We need to all have that conversation if you want to flip that boat over, because this is spiritual. Nobody else in these YouTube streets is saying that this whole situation is spiritual. This is bigger than what you guys see, because they always say, oh, black people can't build. Black people don't know how to do this. Black people can't come together. Black people don't know how to have unity. Sometimes it takes some type of chaos and confusion like this Umar Johnson character in this FDMG school to bring forth that real black unity and that real just unity in the community itself. Because trust me, Umar Johnson, his Pan-African talk, and the way he's being mainline streamed now, Asians is talking Asian power. They talking Pan-Asianism. They really are. Just because they say Pan-African don't mean they can't be Pan-Asian. So he got the Asians on that level. He got the Asians focusing like that. He got every nation focusing that like that. So like I said, it's triggering something. So if it's going to trigger anything, the Umar Johnson saga must trigger real unity in the black community. So then that's where I come in. New captain must come in place. Riding a donkey. Crucified already. You crucified me, folks. Resurrected, back from the dead. Here I am, live in the flesh. What up? Let's keep it moving now. Let's have some unity. Learn the rules. The rules of life is this. Rules of life is this. R, respect. U, unity. L, love. E, empathy. S, support. That's the rules of life. And I'm here to teach those rules of life, because that's going to bring elevation for a nation of people who's lost and in the dark. And that's what's needed right now. Animals like me, kids love me, period. Kids, teenagers rock with me. And seniors love and respect me. Women, I don't know how y'all feel about me. You love and you hate me. But you see, I said love first. So you do love me. You only hate me because you love me. So I say all that because we need a new captain of the ship. So if you want to flip the boat over and keep the movement going, because it's a movement, folks. It is a movement. It's not the FDMG movement. It's not the Umar Johnson movement. It's a black power movement. Some individuals are catalysts for certain things. Situations are catalysts for certain things. And now is the time. This is the time to shine. So little aliens will be invading that FDMG school. Little yellow aliens looking like me. And we're going to punch this man in the face, in the nose. He's going to think it's broke. He's going to say, he's going to think it's broke. We're going to try and put it all the way in his nose. He's going to try and put his nose bone in his brain. Last Boy Scout style. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Willis. Yeah. The little yellow alien is going to break this man's nose. It's going to feel like it, but it's not going to be broke. He ain't going to get punched, but he's going to think he get punched, because the effect itself is just going to punch him in his face. The effect itself, he's going to wish he was punched in the face. and the effect of us having this real unity to flip the boat back over to get the movement going. Listen, folks, I need y'all to really understand what I'm saying. I'm saying some real spiritual shit. I was the anchor of that boat because I had to bring the boat to a halt. I had to get a lot of the passengers off the boat. So that's why the boat has been torpedoed and capsized, because a lot of those little demons had to be drowned. Like I said, this is the Titanic. A lot of those little black demons had to be drowned. Because a lot of those black demons were demons because they still were supporting the man when they knew the story about the man that was homeless and the man that was left to dry. And they still were supporting the demon because they was just all riding the demon, because that's what demons do. So we had to capsize, we had to torpedo the boat, capsize it, and then we had to take over it. And so call me a pirate. Call me a pirate. And there's a new captain. Captain motherfucking Captain not Hook, but Captain Chip. They call me Chip Tooth Don. Instead of me have a patch on my eye, I just got the chip tooth. No patch on the eye, I just got the chip tooth. They call me Chip Tooth Don. Captain Chip Tooth Don. How about that, folks? I don't have a patch on my eye. But there's a new captain on the boat. And I'm about to steer y'all to the promised land. I'm about to bring this ark to the promised land. And it's not in the form of FDMG, it's in the form of Black Power. Because while we got all your attention now, because I've been waiting for your attention for a very long time, yo. I've been on the bench for a very long time. See, I'm a pitcher. I play baseball. And to be in the bullpen waiting for them to call you up really is not cool. So you want to be a starter. I was always a starter in my life. And because I took a little turn in my life, okay, because I took a little turn in my life, it put me on the bench, okay? God put me on the bench. So when I say that Umar has to be put on the bench, I know what it's like to be put on the bench. I was put on the bench. And I've been waiting for my chance to get back into the starting rotation. So I was given a chance to prove that I can get in the starting lineup. And I had to go through the situation with this dude. Because he found the way to walk on. He just found the way to walk on the team. He found the way to walk on the team. And as he walked on the team, folks, he was like in the movie Sinners, they invited him in, though. And when they invited this man in, he viciously destroyed everything. He destroyed the movement. And he almost made us lose the game. But what he did do is he brought marketing and promotion to the Black Power movement, folks. I've been waiting for a long time, since like 1997. To be honest, since like 1992. But I'm going to speed up. I'm going to fast forward. Since 1997, when I was first introduced to the African Stock Exchange Association Development Corporation, and when I was given the position as youth director, and then when I was ordained by Queen Mother Jordan, and I was ordained international youth leader. International youth leader. Not national like America, but international youth leader. I was ordained. When all that started happening, I was given a chance to get off the bench. After 20 years of still trying to get off the bench, folks, I've been put in this position right now to take a spot. You understand? Because in sports, sometimes you got to take spots. They say you got to earn it, but sometimes you just got to get it. And so Umar Johnson is losing his spot. And that don't mean that the Black Power movement must lose momentum. And don't think that the Black Power movement will be spearheaded by what you guys would think that would be the head of the Black Power movement. The Black Power movement is not spearheaded by any scholar. The Black Power movement will not be televised nor spearheaded by any person with a motherfucking PhD. They are not the leaders of the Black Power movement. So you folks need to get that shit out of your fucking skulls. The leader of the Black Power movement would never, ever, ever, never be a PhD scholar. Fuck out of here. They don't have, the leader of the Black Power movement will never, ever, ever, ever have degrees. 6 degrees, 7 degrees, 5 degrees, 4 degrees. That's not the leader of the Black Power movement, you fucking retards. That's the con man. That's the coon. And don't get cooned. Never, ever again. Do not get cooned because you think that your leader's supposed to be a bookworm, intelligent nerd, a geek. No. Your leader is not supposed to be so well spoken. That's the gift of gab. You will know who your leader is because you feel it. Period. When a person gets on the team and he just takes the captain position and he's like, well, I wasn't even trying, but it's because they know. When Michael Jordan was put on the North Carolina Tar Heels, do you think that he's like, yo, I'm going to be the greatest basketball player in the world? He decided he was going to take it. And in this position with Umar Johnson, do not think that he's the black leader. He's a participant in the movement because he's now been officially benched. I told you he was going to be benched. Didn't I tell y'all that Umar Johnson is going to be benched? But he's benched. Who steps up? It's the person who benched him. That's how it goes. I played on team. The person who was able to put the person who was able to put the person on the bench is this new starter. And rule number 1 for this Black Power movement is learn the rules. We got 5 simple rules. R, respect. U, unity. L, love. E, empathy. S, support. S, share. Yeah, but so many of you folks have been indoctrinated with so much evil that y'all won't even get these rules. Y'all been following evil on these YouTube streets and on these Facebook streets and on the MySpace streets. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been following evil for so long and thinking and watching evil shit that it's going to be a little hard for y'all to get these rules. That's why you need a leader that's going to enforce the rules by all means and don't give a flying fuck about your feelings. Because the rules must be implemented in order for this boat to be flipped back over and for it to move. We can't allow the Black Power movement to sink with Umar Johnson. And if there is a real true Black Power movement out there outside of this Umar Johnson, if there's a real true Black Power movement, it must now become mainstream. It must now get the amount of views that Umar get. if it is a real black movement out there outside of Umar Johnson and his talk, and hey, folks, I mean, I'm really trying to bring it out. It needs more attention. Just like Lord Jamar said, yo, there's people out there doing this shit, man. He said, my stepfather doing it. He did it without the recognition. He did it without the support. He did it without the promotion like you. So there is shit out there. But now it needs the recognition. It needs the support. It needs the faces to be seen. Because in order for us to get this Black Power movement going again, we need all hands on deck. And with that being said, August 20 mother effing first, be out there, be part of the FDMG protest, because we got to end the Black Power scam. The Black Power scam. We got to end the Black Power scam. All right. I'm gonna go post that because that's very important to see. Time to end the Black Power scam. Time to end the Black Power scam. I'll be spelling shit wrong. I ain't gonna lie. I like when I be doing some live streams, I'll be the only one in the chat sometimes because I can read it. But anyway, y'all quiet on these YouTube streets. Y'all real quiet in this chat. So it must be just Umar Johnson people watching. I don't have no support right now watching because they probably watching some other clowns' videos right now. You know what I'm saying? But if this is just the Umar Johnson people, then hey, let the police know that Don's coming. Here's Here's Donnie. Here's Donnie. I'm coming. The boogeyman is here, folks. The boogeyman is here. The FDMG boogeyman is here in the building, folks. And I'm coming August 21st to the block. E5 2-day supposed to be blocked. E5 2-day way. You know what I'm saying? It went that way. E5 2-day went that way. It's no longer E5 2-day Boulevard. I'm going to Icy Dawn block. The block where I took over the kids. I'm going out to Delaware to take over whatever child in that neighborhood, whatever kid is that comes down that block, whatever child crosses me like a spider, I'm going to bring them into the web and I'm going to put them onto the FDMG movement and I'm going to put them on the Icy Dawn and they're going to say, Icy Dawn's the man. Icy Dawn the man. Icy Dawn the man. Then I'm saying, nah, shorten that up. Don is the man. Don is the man. Don is the man. And they're going to be saying that on Umar Johnson block. And it's going to be so funny. Then I'm going to say, yo, go up there on the steps and do it. They're going to be like, Don is the man. Don is the man. Don is the man. And then they're going to say, Umar's whack. Umar is whack. Umar is whack. Umar is whack. I'm going to have the kids screaming on your steps, Umar Johnson is a fraud. Umar Johnson is a fraud. Umar Johnson is a fraud. I might say shorten it. Umar is a fraud. 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 They want me to say that so bad back in 2000. They want me to say, he's a fraud, right? He's a fraud, right? And I say, yo, I don't know if he's a fraud in regards to the school and shit, but I know he's a fraud to the black community. Didn't I say that, folks? How many times I said that? Didn't I say he's a fraud to the black community? Because you don't do this to people? I said, I think he wanted to open the school. I really do. And to this day, I'm going to tell y'all, he really wanted to open the school because he was going to have his little event center. He wanted to have a place where people can host events. He wanted to get paid that way. He wanted to be a promoter. He wanted to get into the promotion because you remember when he was in college, he did a couple of events, you know what I'm saying? He's part of that, the alumni club and all this other stuff. So, you know, inviting some hip hop people, you know, he likes to act like he's a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a little 20-year-old rapper back in the 90s, you know, with the hand movements, body talking. Like, shut the fuck up. Yo, we gonna be here. Yo, are we gonna be there? And yo, we gonna be like, shut up, man. Stop it. Stop the animation. You look like a little big ass jerk. You dig? So where I'm at right now, folks, if I take off the glasses, I can't see. It's blurry. I like the glasses on now. Yeah, I like the glasses on. I don't like glasses, but I like the glasses on. So yeah, folks, we gonna get those kids to be on the block saying Umar is a fraud. 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 And that's going to be the chant on your block tomorrow while you are in VA. Okay, you're going to be in Virginia, and all those peers are going to be looking at you like, is Umar a fraud? Umar, do you know that your people are going to be looking at you tomorrow, or should I say later on today, in Virginia, at the Nat Turner Land Library? They're going to be like, is Umar Johnson a fraud? And the look on your face is going to say, yep. 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 Yo, the look on your face when you around all those people on that Turner Land, when you driving up that long road, because it's a long road from the road, you know what I'm saying? Down south, you know, they got the roads, the long ass road that you got, that Django road, you know what I'm saying? You watching that, the wagon come up the road up to the house. This is one of those long ass roads, you know what I'm saying? And so you coming up that road, they seeing, oh, everybody gonna be like, Umar here, Umar here. And everybody gonna put their fake face on. They're gonna get themselves fake, and Umar gonna come in with the mean look. The strong, mean look, the fake look, like, you know, real serious, like, you know, and everybody gonna be like, don't bother him, don't say nothing, don't bother him. Hey, Doc, hey, yo, Doc, yo, what up, Doc? Hey, Doc, hi, Doc, hey, Doc. And they gonna be like, oh my God, is he a fraud? Yo, what's he gonna do? He better not be asking us for no money. I ain't bringing my check for you this day. No. But they gonna be, hey, Doc. They gonna have that look. Hey, Black Queen, hey, your sister, hey, all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But at the very end of the night, they're gonna be like, that nigga fraud. You know, at the very end of the night, after all the conversation and everything, all the dialogue that they gonna have for that whole full day, at the end of the day, when everybody's on an individual conversation, all separate, not like they even came together and had this conversation, but they're gonna have their separate thoughts. They be like, yo, girl, Umar's a fraud. Yo, man, this nigga's a fraud. Yo, this is a con ass fraud. That's what's gonna be said at the end of the day tomorrow. Because they're going to hear whatever you're going to come up with. They're going to hear everything you're going to say. They're going to hear the conspiracy that you have, that they was conspiring against you. The white Americans was conspiring for you to lose a school. They was conspiring so that you don't pay your taxes. How they have control of you not paying your taxes? But that's what's going to take place down on that turn land. And I need those people to know that you, my nigga, is a fraud. How do these folks have anything to do with how you paying? If you already know you got paid. The money that you spending here, the money that you spent there, the money that you was going to spend here and there, should have just went straight to them. They not like us. It's no IOU and you cool with that. No, give me my money or go to jail. Give my money or lose your shit. One of those. That's the way they play the system. You don't pay child support, you get locked up. You don't pay taxes, you lose your property. Now, I remember not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something real quick. I got a little treat for you folks. I got a treat. I'm gonna get a copyright strike. All right. I'm gonna get a copyright strike. But hey, I'm gonna give y'all a little treat. Okay. I'm gonna give you a little treat. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it, okay? I want to find it, man. Let me find it. Let's see. Okay. Please. Oh, man. Oh, man. Matter of fact, let me give you a good scene. Okay, I got you. I got you, folks. All right. What's his name? Okay, this wasn't the scene I wanted to give you, but this is the scene I guess I can give you if I can find it. All right. I got you, folks. I got Tom. Okay, I got you, folks. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, I got something for you. I got a little treat for you, Umar. Get you guy out of here. I got you a treat, Umar, because I don't think you really understand what's going on with your life right now. All right. So okay, Umar. I don't think you've been really schooled properly, but we always been schooled because there's movies. You like watching movies, Umar. You a movie fanatic, right? Didn't you used to go to movies with your little $2 and get your popcorn, your soft drink, and you used to go with your tall doofy ass running in and out of different movie theaters because you wasn't paying because you from Philly and that's how y'all roll. You know what I'm saying? You probably was standing there begging people for a couple of dollars to get some lunch too, to get another thing of popcorn for your last movie. And you probably did that every week. You watch movies, you should know how it goes, man. So I'm gonna give you this right here. For those people who don't know, now you know. We're gonna watch this little scene, the RZA as T-Bone in Repo Man, okay?
Jake's right.
Dedicated Umar.
And if this is going to be my last job, then they don't come much better than Jimmy T-Bone. I've been listening to his music since I was in high school. And the way I see it, at least he's going to get his heart ripped out by someone who appreciates his music.
It's
a nice house.
Thanks. Not really mine anymore. You from the IRS?
Nah.
So suckers taking everything back.
Very nice school. Could have been.
Sound like.
In his fake studio, his wannabe studio.
I finished this song.
Can I get a sandwich?
Of course.
I'm
a bit of a fan, actually.
Yeah. Good. You could help me out.
I wouldn't be much help.
It's not that complicated.
That's real lock right there.
Songs is just a bunch of separate tracks all working together. You just gotta know when to break it down. Pull it out one thing at a time.
Well, do that.
wave. The wavy. Wavy.
When my baby comes home.
That's a motherfucking hit right there. IRS will be thrilled.
Yeah, Umar.
Make sure my boy Terrence at Blue Note Records get this.
It's done.
Now, I'm legally bound to ask if you'd like an ambulance on standby or to take you to the hospital.
What, they gonna give me a new heart?
Christ, no. Not with your credit history. I know it's a chicken and egg thing. There's a complaints department.
Nah. I sit, I stand.
Easier if you lie down.
Umar, you just gotta take it just like this, kid. Take your L.
What the fuck is that, man?
Take your L.
My defib unit. Jarvik stops pumping when you give it a jolt of electricity. Saves me from losing my finger.
Stop fighting, Umar. Just take your L, kid.
Just gonna hurt.
I feel nothing.
Clorox is donating 2 million wipes to classrooms across America. Because at
Now, like I say, folks, now do Umar Johnson bounce back like that? Like, do he take the repo man and say, fuck you? And he pay the money? You think he's gonna be able to blast off and pay that bread? Do you think Umar Johnson gonna come and blast off? Huh? You think he gonna prevail? How many folks out there think that Umar Johnson's going to get that bread up and pay this fine and be able to successfully come back from this uppercut? Who thinks Umar Johnson can flip his own boat over? Okay, who thinks he can flip his own boat over and get out this situation? And this is for real as I say this shit, man. I'm being 100% dead serious. Who think that Umar Johnson will be able to battle his way through this and be on top? I'm looking for another video. I'm sorry. All right, let me get back to this shit. I wanted to clear that off. Who truly believe that Umar Johnson is going to prevail? Or do you think the repo man's going to get him? Do you think they're going to put those locks on that door? Because he has 4 days. Do you think that Umar Johnson is going to be at the school tomorrow, or you think he's going to go to Nat Turner land? Do you think that he's going to be, he's going to be worried that I'm going to be on his block? Do you think that it's not his block anymore? Do you think that Umar Johnson going to be worried that I'm going to go up to the school and just stand there and do my videos? Or do you think that Umar Johnson going to go and try and scam those people down in Virginia? Do you think that he's going to try and scam those? You really think he's going? You think that he's really going to try and get that donation money from whoever come out to Nat Turner land? Now, mind you, this whole Nat Turner land shit, the little house in the middle of the field. Who's really going out there for what now? To see Umar Johnson, the loser? But if you do go to Nat Turner land tomorrow and you do have video footage of Umar Johnson, please post it ASAP. Live stream it. Get it in the right hand so we can all see it. Because you're probably not 100% in the loop. You're probably not in this algorithm. But if you are out in this Umar Johnson algorithm, please post the FDMG. I'm not the FDMG, but please post the Nat Turner land facial You know, we need to see the footage of Umar Johnson in tears. Because how is he going to go down there and tell you guys and pump you guys up that he's going to get out this situation 4 days from now? Somebody please ask him, yo, Umar, how much money do we need? How much more money do we need? How much money do you need to go towards the taxes? Right now, how much more money do you need? See, I'm going to post that because this is important. How much more money do you need to finish paying off the taxes? I ain't gonna lie, you know what? I had a dream about Umar Johnson like 2 days back to back. Okay. No Diddy. But I had a dream about Umar Johnson 2 days back to back. How much money do you need to finish paying off the taxes, Umar? Now, I'm going to tell you, Umar Johnson, if you want to pay this tax money, if you want, Umar, I should end this live and do a dedication straight to Umar. I feel like ending this live right now and going straight to another dedication. Because this little yellow alien shit, nah, I need it straight directed to Umar. Because I know how Umar Johnson can pay his taxes. I know how you can raise I know how you can raise $50,000 in 5 days, Umar. Okay. Umar Johnson can raise $50,000. Well, I need 10. I need 20%. Okay, but I know how Umar Johnson can raise $50,000 at the same time take care of me. All Umar Johnson have to do is come on my live. For Umar, see, like I say, yo, God is good. As it was from the beginning, is at the end. Umar Johnson, if you want to get, I ain't say get the school open, but if you want to get that tax money to really move forward, for that school to get the ball rolling again, as a saint says, you know, if you really want to get that ball rolling again, if you really want to get the ball rolling again, tap in. The only way Umar Johnson can get that shit paid, unless some sucker ass person comes and just save him, some little wicked evil person comes to save him, and then we all have to attack that person. For real, for real. Me, myself, and I, we all. You're like, who we? Me, myself, and I. How about that? But the way that Umar Johnson can pay those taxes is you have the conversation with me. You have 4 days to figure it out. You have 4 days to figure it out. If you haven't figured out in the last 10 days, if there's no video saying that Umar paid those taxes, cash that back up. Let's go. You didn't figure it out. And you're not going to figure out if you're not thinking right. This is spiritual warfare. The only way that Umar Johnson can pay those, I'm not saying the only way, I apologize, but the quickest way that Umar Johnson can get those taxes paid is when you learn the rules and you have respect, Umar. Unity, love, empathy, and show some support and share everything that we spoke. Rules of life. Very simple. Umar Johnson needs to come tap in on my channel right now. You got 4 days. You have nothing else to lose. This ain't about pride. This is about you doing a reality check. Because, dude, if you really lose those buildings, you're gonna be the biggest black leader to ever crash. How about that? You be the first biggest black leader to crash. The biggest downfall of the world's most requested scholar, the new black leader. The crash of you would be so embarrassing. But the way you can pick yourself up is by you being a real man and apologizing. Okay? Apologizing. So people like this don't make videos of you saying stuff like,
Just on file for Umar Johnson no more, even though Umar Johnson was initially served at the school. Yo, now
you won't have people saying stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? You have people, he was a supporter. Now he's going talking about you in ways like this. He's talking about you like this now. Come on. Where's it at? Where the hell is that? Oh, where I got that video put up. Oh, I was about to pull up Monty's video. Okay, that's right.
Again, I'm not a legal expert. I don't know if Don could go after the school if Umar Johnson don't pay this, because Don was threatening to put a lien on the school. I'm not even sure if that's possible. I don't know. But Umar Johnson essentially scammed a homeless man, refused to pay him, prolonged the process so he could wait 3 years for $3,000. Finally got the judgment, and Umar Johnson hasn't attempted to pay this man in 2 years. This is sad, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think, all right? Y'all think Umar Johnson is ever going to get this school up, man? Do y'all feel like Umar Johnson is scamming? Let me know, man. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out why this Chicago rapper just
Fuck, who cares about the Chicago rapper? But let's go to the comments and see what the comment section was saying. How about that? Okay, folks, let's see what the comments were saying. 736 comments. Umar Dunn took everybody's money and bought cat dashiki and bought cat in the dashiki. He bought pussy in the dashiki. I'm suffering from Prince Africanism fatigue. Umar Luther King going to start a 1-minute man march. Thanks, Umar, for setting black people back a few more years. Understand? If Dr. Umar is an activist, then Crip Mac is a Harvard graduate. Dr. Umar already got Ghana citizenship. He already saved the money in Ghana Bank. Umar is moving to Ghana soon. Leonard Honor was right, Flacco. Shut the fuck up. Right about what? It's right about having no lights on. The lights are still on the building. No water on. The water's in the building. Plumbing's in the building. Leonard said that Umar was never going to get a school. He said he was never going to buy the buildings. He said he was going to run with the money. He got buildings. He got all that shit. He gave Umar mad. He gave Leonard mad contact. What are you talking about? I was too busy to call the bank. The most amazing line was so far. Thought this was going to be about the new video and him begging women for $500 in exchange for a lunch date. No, you bozo. This Coon Honor fan talk about Coon Honor exposed all of this already. He been on Umar Johnson bumper. Like, no, he didn't. He didn't expose what Flock just really went deep into. Flock really spent some time and showed me a little bit of love and painted the picture for his channel. Cool, but he still showed love. Like, no, Don is still not being paid to this day. Leonard ain't doing nothing like that. Leonard's trying to say some goof shit. And Leonard wanted to talk about goof shit and talk about goof shit and talk about goof shit, but he ain't talk about real facts of what's going on with court papers. This is a conspiracy against the great Dr. Umar. This is a conspiracy against the great Dr. Umar. This is a conspiracy against the great Dr. Umar. Can't open a segregated school in America anyway. It was a big multi-year play, panhandling the people. You can't open a segregated school. Calling a school despite no classes, teacher, or students as well. He made a post today on Instagram that his account are still frozen. How are they frozen for suspicious activity for almost a month now? I'm sure anybody by now could have proved to their bank that they're the real owner of the account. Flacco on here acting like he wasn't a goon for Umar. Do you threaten a woman's life behind him? He knows once that school is taken away, he cannot stay here. Exactly. Brothers and sisters, what a con man trying to pull at the heartstring of black people. I feel like he wants the school to get taken away because he doesn't want to deal with it anymore. Why did he not go to City Hall to settle all this? Let's say he got ignored, his calls and email. Why did he not go there? He was able to go to Africa, but he couldn't go there. And that's what I'm saying. He didn't even go to the courts down the block from the school. You know, because he don't care. And then this person says Tariq Nasheed should be next. Where is the actual museum he claimed would be open and that he raised donations for? He need 40 lashes. He need 40 lashes and 40 lashes. Yeah, folks. So that's the comments. Not looking good for him, yo. Even I mean, it's really not looking good for him at all. But I'm telling you, the only way that he can make it better, the only way that he can make it better is he has to go into the spiritual side of the whole situation, and he truly needs to apologize. Okay, folks? He must apologize. Not for scamming. You don't even have to claim scamming. You don't even have to claim scam. You don't have to claim fraud. You can stand firm and say that you're not. But what you got to do is apologize for not being your daughter's life. Apologize for disrespecting your father. Apologize for neglecting your mother. You know, and you can easily you apologize for neglecting your moms because you was for the people. Yo, bro, I mean, I'm painting the picture for you. Come on the panel and let's talk. But you can't, this ain't something that you do elsewhere. This is something that you have to do conversation-wise. This has to be a one-on-one man conversation. I guarantee you, if Umar was to tap in right now on this platform right now, it would go from 7 to 700 people. Like, and I wouldn't even know how he did that. But like, how the hell we go to 700 people? If Umar Johnson was to tap in right now to have this conversation, because like I say, yo, there's nowhere for him to go. There's nowhere for him to run. There's nothing that man can do at this point that's going to make him seem like a good person. The only way that he can really, really take off a lot of that filth, the scum of his character, the only way that you can really do that is by coming on a platform that you're afraid to come on. And admitting to God, not to me, but admitting to God that you did this man wrong. And you just wish that everything would have went right. And you just wish that you would have did right. Not you would have never met me or did anything. No, that's stupid to say. You just wish that you would have did right by me. You wish you did right by man itself. Because if you was in that situation, you wouldn't have want that to happen to you. So you wish that you would have did everything right at the time, but you was misguided by some people in the back. You blame it on them. Blame it on the women, some of the witches that was behind it that was in your ear saying you don't need this person there. Get a dog. Blame it on them. Blame your ignorance on those. They probably no longer donor anyway. Blame it on them. and say that they was in your ear and they kind of confused you. You let these people know that you did wrong, and it's for the few years that you was being a malicious jerk. Let the people know. And you ask the people for forgiveness. And you ask me if I can forgive you. And then you ask God to forgive you. And then, and only then, maybe the ancestors will give you a pass. But the way that you get out, you have to do something that you don't want to do. Don't get there and do what you've been doing. That's not going to work. Oh, people, we need to save the school. We got to pay the taxes. Oh, hit the PayPal, hit the Zelle, because we can't let these white people. That's not the winner. The winner is to get on this platform right here and have this conversation. That conversation will go more viral than anything that you can imagine. Folks, I need him to understand that the conversation that he will have with me will go viral. Because I'm such a brilliant individual, and I'm a chosen individual. See, I want to cut his head off. I want to cut his hands off. I want to chop him his knees down. I mean, chop him from his knees down. That's what I want to do. That's what Don wouldn't do. But the God in me knows that you have to chop his legs down a different way. The God in me knows that I got to cut his head off. I got to behead him differently. The God in me knows that I got to chop his hands off from being like this, gimme, to and stitch him back up and put it where he's giving. The God in me knows that it's going to take me to use this. And that's why I'm telling you that if you was to come to this platform and have this, if you can go to Don't Call Me White Girl and talk about coochie and shit like that, and that didn't do anything to save your school. That didn't do anything to build your school. But if you was to come here right now, in this time right now, I'm giving you the cheat code. If you was to come to my platform right now to have the conversation to the people that you need to have the real conversation, stop running. Stop running, kid. This ain't even a conversation for the Breakfast Club. This ain't a conversation for Charlemagne. This is a conversation like one-on-one. And if you are convincing enough to me, for me to feel in my heart that you are sincere and that you know that you played yourself, then that curse will be released. I wish y'all really believe me. That curse will be released. The taxes will be miraculously paid. You talk about miracle, you would get a miracle on 17th Street. You would get a miracle if you was come out from behind the walls and come into the light. It's like poltergeist. You got to go to the light. Go to the light. Umar, run to the light. Run to the light. You got to come to the spotlight. It has to shine on you. You know how like Illuminati, but hood Illuminati is real. You have to come and take your embarrassment. Take it on the chin. take your humility in the chest and rise up. I'm not talking no crazy shit. I'm talking for real, for real. The only way that you're gonna be able to save yourself, because it's beyond the school. It's about save yourself. Because trust me, Umar, you lose the school, everybody say, "Oh, he be able to bounce back." You're not gonna be able to bounce back, because if you don't do what's needed of you, it's only gonna be this is the start of the beginning of Umar Johnson being canceled. See, people talk about Umar's done, FDMG's done, but no, we talk about. Then you have some people say, "No, he may bounce, but he no." If you do not do what you have to do, hear me out. Part two of the curse, maybe part three, but the second half of the curse is the cancellation of you. See, because you on the spotlight right now. You representing something big. You representing Black Power, and so it's going to be lights out for you in regards to that, because your time has been coming to a halt for a long time. This is the FDMG Boogeyman. See, all you folks, you be, "Oh, I'm gonna put my light, I got my mic, oh, everything looking right and tight." No, this is the FDMG Boogeyman. This is the ghost. This is the spirit. This is Scrooge. If you ain't seen the movie Scrooge, check the movie Scrooge out, Uma. Maybe you need to be revisited by a green alien, and he need to take you back to the journey, so you can see the guy over there, Little Don, like Little Tim. Look how you treat Little Don. And so I'm trying to give you the movie Scrooge. See, Umar Johnson could be in the new movie Scrooge. You know what I'm saying? Umar Johnson, we can make a new movie out of Umar Johnson's life called Scrooge, and he could be the new Scrooge. That's deep. I'm gonna type that. And what do I mean by he's the new Scrooge? He need to be visited by three ghosts. Okay, he need to be revisited by three ghosts. And in the past, the present, and the future. And they need to show you Umar's life. Maybe I wish I had the time to put together that little documentary, Umar Johnson and Scrooge. I wish I had talent like that, because I would love to put that together. I wish I had time to do that. But that itself is Umar, I'm trying to talk to you, kid. Put yourself in that predicament as Scrooge. And revisit yourself, and look at yourself, and look at how you treated people. Look at how you talk to people. And you ask yourself, would you want to be, would you, in your time when you was growing up as a kid, would you want to be taught by a person like that? I want you to sit back and reevaluate your life. Look at all your videos. Look at yourself and ask yourself, if you was in your daughter's lives, would you want them to be taught by a person like you? I want you to look at your life and look at your future and ask yourself, do you want your daughter to be bringing her child to a school by a person with a mentality like yours when it comes to women? Would you want your daughter to be in a room with a man like you? She's coming bringing in her son. She watch your videos. Just imagine this. You know what I'm saying? Your daughter. She's seeing this man. She's seeing this guy, and she gives him praise, and she's bring her child to him because she believe in him. She bring her dollars to him, and all he trying to do is get her cookies. Umar, you need to come on this platform and you got to come clean. There's no way that you can keep it going after this year. The only way that you can keep it going after this year is by you having a support base of people who forgave you. I'm not going to forget. I'm just getting my position. And for me to get my position, I have to be the better person. See, this is not sports where I have to outcompete you. I have to outshine you. I have to outdo that. I just have to be the better person. And I truly believe that in all this time, I was the better person. I don't care how many times I put a mallet up there. I don't care how many times I put a dag up there. I don't care how many times I ran up on you. I was still the better person. Because I've never lost my cool. And which makes me mad because I lost my cool many other times with people that I shouldn't have, or maybe should have, but I shouldn't have. But I never lost my cool 100% with you where I choked you out. I am mad about that. I never lost my cool all the way to a point where I brought a bat to your head. Oh, I wish I did. But I never ever crossed those lines because I knew in the deep of my mind I had to be the better person. So I chilled. And that's why I'm saying I believe in my heart that when that boat get capsized and it's back it's back up and it's ready to float off, there's a new captain on that boat. And we ain't talking about the FDMG, even though it should be me. I should have a lien on this school. I told y'all that school's my school. But this is how we're going to do it now. Umar, tap in on one, even if you tap in tomorrow, tap in on the live. It's not about Don has 6 people, Don has 2 people, Don has 1 person on the live stream. It's about you and me having a conversation for the records. For the records. This is for the records. So now you on record apologize. It's on record. The people seen and heard it. They can't say it was fake. They seen and heard it. I would promote and tell the people to give you a pass if you did it. Is that me grifting? I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Because people, he grifted too. It's just me realizing it's a bigger picture. It's a bigger picture. Now, if you do not do the simple things I'm asking of you, if you choose to go a different direction, if you choose to fight, if you choose to resist, If you choose to do everything the way you want to do it, Umar, you're going to jail. Like, I don't really think you understand the severity. You're going to jail. Umar Johnson, this is spiritual warfare right now. Pay attention, kid. I'm gonna look in the camera. I'm gonna look directly in the camera. I'm not looking at the screen. That's me looking at the screen. This is me looking directly in the camera in the red dot, the green dot. Talking to you, Umar. This is spiritual warfare, dog. The world that you done stepped into, the arena that you stepped into, is a spiritual battle. You having a mental breakdown. You having a spiritual breakdown right now. You have to decide either you are evil human being or you're a godly human being. If you're a good human being, you will hear this message for what this message is. I'm gonna be real. This is your brother speaking right now. I'm saving you from the embarrassment right now. I'm gonna be humble right now. If you don't want to go to jail, you would just listen to the guy who got the FBI on you. You would come on this platform and you would talk to the FBI too. I wonder if I'm live. I wonder if I'm live. I don't know. Am I live? Could somebody let me know if they see me, hear me? Do you hear me, folks? I'm hoping that you do. I'm trying to see if I can finesse something. Do you hear me? Can I get a yes? Can I get a no? Can I get a what? Do you hear me, folks? Otherwise, I'm just going to press end
I don't know if I can end it from my phone because I was on my laptop. And the laptop is not charging. It's not charging. So do you hear me, folks? I don't want to shut it down. I know I see me right here. I don't know if you can hear me because I tried to tap into the live stream. So do anyone hear me? And everyone online, they don't want to say shit. Funny. 142. All right. Well, sorry, folks. Laptop went dead. So I don't know if I'm being heard. I don't know if I see me on the live stream, but I don't hear me. And I'm asking, do you hear me? So I don't want to just be yapping and talking. Don't want to be yapping and talking. But what I'm going to do is say, last call. Do you hear me? Yes. No. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. Do you hear me, folks? 1. Put a 1 if you hear me. 1 if you hear me. 0 if you don't. Oh, we're going to end this.